We made it.
We made it.
We're back. It's Thursday. We missed Tuesday. I was much more sick than I am right now, and Fred was working.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But we're back. We made it. So thank you for tuning in. We already got a couple people in here. For some reason, my mom gave us a sad reaction.
Oh.
She must be upset about something. Her Eagles just beat the 49ers, so I don't know why she'd be upset. Well, I guess we'll have to figure that out. So welcome to this award-winning podcast on and off the field with Durf and Dylan. As always, thank you for coming in. Whether you're watching the live stream, whether you're listening to this as a podcast later down the road, whether you're watching it on another platform like YouTube or something, just thank you. Thank you as always for anyone and everyone. And Facebook kind of messed with me. There used to be a way you could very fast share the stream to a bunch of different places.
Mm-hmm.
It took that away. So I only shared this to a couple pages. I need everybody else that's watching to floss. What is floss, you may ask? You got to follow, observe, subscribe, and share. And Durf can tell you where and how to floss.
Well, you can follow, like, and share and observe on and off the field on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at On and Off the Field Podcast. Make sure to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts because that's where it counts, so that we know how we're doing and what you like or dislike about the show. And you can find all these links at onandoffthefield.com, along with our fundraising efforts, our Super Swag merchandise, and to learn more about Dylan, myself, and the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, so floss. And I think when we get near in the middle of the show, later in the show, we might have our new slogan, our new tagline for the end of the show for season 3. We might have actually figured it out. We'll have to. We have not talked about this yet, but I think we might have it finally. The season 3, 2020-2021 NFL season tagline. I think it's a good one, but we'll have to wait. Right. We have to wait till see when we get there. I think it's a good one. Yeah, I haven't even checked on our current fundraising efforts in a while. Let's check that right now.
All right.
We're still at our 310 out of 1,000 for our goal. Yeah. And I haven't even put the money in there yet from the Fantasy Football League. And I said, if my math was correct, we were still missing a few others. So I have to figure out who we're missing. But we're at 310 out of $1,000 for the Boys and Girls Club of America. So I should probably post that link sometime soon. But then for the merchandise, portion of those sales go to that as well. That always helps. So if you're going to donate money to the charity, might as well get some cool swag out of it.
Yeah, mine actually came in. Mine actually came in today.
Did you wear it yet?
I'm not wearing it yet. It's still in the package on the floor.
Yeah, you should probably wash it too before you put it on.
Yeah. So but I got the On and Off the Field T-shirt, classic tee, and nice die cut sticker. Can't go wrong there.
Ooh. My stickers are too far away. I would show them off, but they're all the way over there.
Yeah.
Oops. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff there. The Fantasy Football League that we just spoke of. There's no more undefeated teams.
No.
And they kind of Mason Crosby got you, right?
Mason Crosby, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Calvin Ridley got me.
Oof.
I needed 30 points between the three of them, and I got 15.
Yeah, Calvin had a bad night.
He had 0 catches.
I didn't even – I watched the first half of that game.
Yeah.
And then if you follow us on social media, you know that I post the takeaways after each segment of games, like the 1 p.m. games, the 4 p.m. games, Sunday, Thursday, whatever. I posted was that the Monday night game?
Yeah.
I posted the takeaways from that game at halftime because I wanted to go to bed. Yeah, that's because I just kind of knew what the result was going to be at that point. I didn't need to watch the rest of it. But we do have a defeated team. The boys over at To Be Blunt are 0-4. Not looking good.
Not good.
That's okay though. I think I might be 2-2. I think, or 3. I don't even know what I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I got my first win in one of my other leagues. That felt good. So I'm 1.
Nice.
I think I'm 2-2 in 2 of my leagues. 2-2 and 2, and then 1-3. Not terrible. I'll take what I can get.
There you go.
But yeah, there's our warm up. That's all the information that you need to know as a fan, and we're going to be moving on to our first main segment here. The other sports. I can't yell.
Oh,
I didn't even want to try.
Yeah, that's okay.
For those who don't know, I have been sick all week, and this is the best I felt, which is not saying much. That's really like not saying a lot. So if you're going to suffer through listening to this as like a podcast or something, I appreciate you even more. Which reminds me, I have to get a new promo code for the merchandise because the other one expired.
Yes, it did. I got mine just in time before it expired. So
yeah, I have to do that. All right, mental note for the next show. There'll be a promo code reveal on Tuesday, and maybe some new merch that comes with it. Maybe I'll make some new merch, and then comes with the promo code. Oh, that's good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. I'm like a marketing genius. So the Lakers are going to try and close out their series with the Heat in the finals.
Nice.
On Friday.
All right.
Normally they would try to do it tonight since they didn't play last night, but then you're competing with the NFL, which no sport wants to do. So
yeah.
But isn't that saying something though? That the NBA finals, it's like the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup, anything. It's the Super Bowl. It's the last game potentially of the NBA season, and they pushed it off of Thursday so they didn't have to compete with football, just a regular football game. That says a lot about the weakness of basketball and what the audience it can bring in, and the strength that the NFL pulls in.
Well, they've been doing that for a couple weeks, or for a few weeks now, since the finals. They had been doing that because the NFL kicked off.
It's just crazy.
But it's definitely crazy.
Soft. The boys over at Strike Up Beer in the house. What's up, boys? I was hanging out with them yesterday on their show for a little while.
Nice.
Great show. They got this cool I have goals for 2021 for this show. Yeah. And that is to make it more visually appealing. And like I just love what they do over at Strike Out Beer because they got like the Halloween decorations up for spooky time. Now that's October. It's just they got great stuff going over there. So if you guys don't follow Strike Out Beers, follow them. Make sure you floss with Strike Out Beer as well as on and off the field.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I gotta put that back. Wrong one. There we go. Yeah, I just found that interesting that the NBA won't play on NFL days. Just because they're scared. NBA won't, But the Lakers will wear the Mamba black jerseys as well to try and close out the series. I like it, but man, you better win.
Oh yeah, they better win.
You better pull that off. I'll tell you what, because that's going to be that. Because how cool would that be? Because you can't be like, okay, we're up 3-1. Let's try and close it out with the Mamba black jerseys. Okay, we lost. Now we're up 3-2. Let's wear Mamba black jerseys again to close it out. Ah, crap, it's 3-3. And then you close it out with them. Like you can't keep wearing it. This is like a power move. Like you have to do it on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. NBA. I watched a couple games here and there, but it's just hard to watch, man. It's just like, you know how the NFL, there's an obvious initiative this season in the NFL to limit the amount of penalties called. I mean, the Seahawks had 0 penalties in that game against the Dolphins. 0. These are the Seahawks we're talking about. One of those penalized teams in NFL, like in the past decade. As long as Pete Carroll's been there, they've been a very penalized team. So 0 penalties. They're making an initiative not to penalize teams for some reason, probably just to keep the pace of play going. Well, the NBA is doing the opposite.
You get a foul, and you get a foul, and you get a foul.
That's how Jimmy Butler played the game that they won. What was it, game 3 that the Heat won?
Mm-hmm.
All he did was drive to the basket. And whether he got the bucket or not, he was fouled. He scored 40 points just by driving through the paint. He'd get his freaking hand poked, and it's a penalty. Like,
yeah,
I can't watch NBA for that reason. #soft. Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to happen on Friday, regardless. Baseball, the Braves beat the Marlins today. They swept them 3-0. The Marlins got put in their place.
Nice.
They really weren't supposed to be here in the first place, as far as my understanding goes.
Yeah.
Just checking in the last, top of the 9th with 2 outs. The Astros are about to beat the Athletics, so they'll take the series 3-1. So the Astros will be moving on to play somebody, either the Rays or the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then, the Yankees and the Rays actually just tipped off. That's basketball. Kicked off is football. What do you say for baseball?
I don't know.
They threw the first pitch, I think, is what you say.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, throw the first pitch.
Like first pitch is away. That's, I don't know. There's nothing like you tipped off, kicked off. Like it's not there. But I'm assuming that's for the Astros. Boo. World Series is down here. Alan and I are heading to Game 1 of the World Series.
Wow.
They're allowing fans? I didn't even know they're letting fans in. Like,
interesting.
Into the stadium? And first pitch. All right, that's confirmed. First pitch.
Right, because the NHL's the puck drop.
Yeah, puck drop, yeah. Yep. Any other major ones? I think those are major sports.
Covered all 4, yeah.
And then the Dodgers and Padres play later tonight as well. Because then the Rays and Yankees are underway. Just started. Hoping for the Yankees-Padres. That would be
interesting.
A good series. If that's actually what happened, but I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
Padres are down, I think, 2-0 to the Dodgers right now. So that's going to take a massive comeback for that young team. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Cowboys. Have you seen a Cowboys game, he says? Like, yeah. I forgot they were in Houston. They kind of just do whatever they want down there. But speaking of which, the Dolphins are allowing full capacity now, I think. They just got approval.
Yep.
Yikes.
So glad the Bills are in. The Bills and the Seahawks already played down there both already. So
Seahawks just got out of there in time.
Yeah.
60,000+ fans.
No thanks.
Have fun with that, Florida. Yeah, my brother lives in Florida, and he says that the governor is like making a second round attempt of opening everything back up. Because, everything was closed, and then they opened everything up, and then COVID spiked again, they closed everything back down, and now we're like doing round 2, like, okay, maybe this time it's gone. Like, maybe we're okay this time. Houston, is it in Dallas? I thought it was because it's the Houston Texans. It's the Houston Texans Stadium, isn't it?
No, Texas Rangers, which is in Dallas.
Oh my God, Houston Texans. I'm sick. Leave me alone.
I got you.
God dang it. Houston. It's in Houston, Texans, right? They're playing the World Series at the Houston Texans Stadium, right?
Football stadium.
David, if we have full capacity for the Dolphins, leave me alone. Dallas Cowboys, I get it. Sold in blocks, yeah. I do wonder how we go. So you guys are going to game 1. That's cool. Make sure you do a lot of videos. I can't wait. That's going to be cool. What's up, Josh? What's going on, man? Ayo. For those just tuning in, I'm sick, so don't make fun of me. A lot of things have already been said that are mistakes. And then last but not least, for other sports, Quentin Byfield. Is that how you say
it? That sounds good to me, the way it's spelled there.
It's weird because it's B-Y. Interesting. Quentin Byfield became the highest drafted black player in NHL history after being picked by the LA Kings at number 2. He's 18-year-old from Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, and his father's from Jamaica. So that's pretty cool.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, cool. A lot of people say, just to have some fun with, political, kind of like race and whatnot. The reason there hasn't been a lot of black players in hockey is because it's kind of like a rich sport almost.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball is dominated by black culture because you need a ball and you got to go to a court, which, a lot of inner city, like inside, living in the city, it's all over the place. And, and that's not even just me saying that. I mean, college scouts go to courts in the inner city and find kids that they want to, give scholarships. That's a literal thing that happens. There's nothing like that for hockey players, like in the inner city. And this guy, this guy lives in Canada, so you can't really say this is like, the U.S. is making strides here. But it's good to see that we're starting to every sport is really starting to become more integrated with all different kinds of cultures. And I know that's definitely happening with the NFL with black quarterbacks. They just made a big deal out of it. Like week 3, there was like 4 or 5 different games that had like like 2 black quarterbacks going against each other on their team, leading their teams. So, which was like the most ever in NFL history. Because that's what they used to say. Like it was only white quarterbacks. You never see a black quarterback. Well, there's a lot, like half the league probably now has got black quarterbacks. So it's really, really impressive. Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks. Appreciate that. Sick of that Seattle defense? Yeah, you can believe that. And we don't play hockey because we're trying not to lose our teeth. That's smart. That's why I never played hockey either. It's an expensive sport to play, and there's not a lot of opportunity for hockey when you live in the city. It's more of a suburbs thing, and that's just the reality of it. So it's nice to see that more people are getting the opportunity to play. So number 2 pick, very impressive.
Very nice.
All right. Is that all you got? We good?
I think it's that for other news, yeah.
The other news. I remember that when we first made that mistake a while back. I said the other sports and you said the other news. We were like, wait a minute. That happened a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, but yeah.
That's like when we first made this segment. Whew.
Yeah, I think it was like shortly after you first made the segment, yeah.
Yeah. It's like the other sport. No. It's
Yeah.
the other sports. No, it says. So now we're moving on to NFL news. No confusion there.
Yeah.
Big news here. This just broke before we started the show. The Titans obviously are just sucking the life out of the NFL right now because everyone just has their eyes on them. They've had 23 positive COVID tests between players and staff. And then, come to find out after some investigating, they've held multiple practices, and after being told not to by the NFL, they said don't, meet in person. Just stop. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
And that was after they had like 1 or 2 positive tests. And then reportedly, it's a known secret that the Titans don't enforce the wearing a mask rule around their facility either. So they're basically just saying COVID, shove it. And now we have 23 positive tests. And as the week went on, obviously everyone was like, well, maybe the Titans-Bills game is in danger. Well, obviously, since they just had another positive test just today, it wasn't a lot of danger. And everyone's saying forfeit, which the belief of on and off the field is they should forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
They should have just said, just for the health and safety of the Bills themselves.
Yeah.
Just for that reason alone, they should have to forfeit because they're getting positive tests every day, new positive tests every day. You don't know who on that team has COVID right now.
Mm-hmm.
But breaking news before the show, the Bills and Titans game is being moved from Sunday to Tuesday at 6 p.m., and the Bills-Chiefs game that was supposed to be Thursday will be played on Sunday if there are no more positive cases from the Titans. If there are more, the Chiefs and Bills games go back to Thursday. And then we just go from Titans, Bills. Who knows what happens? They probably forfeit, I would imagine, would be step 2.
Yeah. But also speaking of breaking news.
Oh, God, hold on. I got a banner for this.
Oh, we got breaking news right here. The Denver Broncos game against the New England Patriots will now be moved from Sunday to Monday, along with the Saints and Chargers game. So we're going to get a doubleheader on Monday again because Stephon Gilmore tested positive for the Patriots earlier in the week.
Yeah, but we knew that.
I don't know why they're moving the game, but they're moving the game.
Why do we need to move that one?
There's no reason to. Like, sorry, your defensive player of the year got COVID. Suck it up and play on Sunday.
One day is not going to make a difference unless that one day they can get like Cam Newton back. That was just last week. He needs 2 weeks of quarantine.
Yeah, it's 5 days, no symptoms. You can come back in 10 with symptoms.
And then you need
something like that.
You need 2 negative tests in a row is like the big
right.
one.
Yep. But yeah, so that was moved to Monday, and we will go from there. That's the other breaking news tonight for the games. For games this weekend so far, I'm not seeing anything else about that.
Do you think they're going to replace the Thursday night game that the Bills and Chiefs game was supposed to be?
If the Bills and Titans actually play on Tuesday, then I think they'll replace it.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to look at some Week 5 matchups to see what that could be.
Yeah.
Is that because that's Week 5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Is that Week 6?
Week 6. This is Week 5.
Oh, God, I'm so confused. Oh, because it's already Thursday right now.
Right. We're going into Week 5.
All right. So on Tuesday, if they haven't already replaced Thursday's game, we'll give them some options. I didn't have the comment section up. Did y'all hear about the Raiders possibly losing draft picks? Yeah. Because they've broken some COVID rules as well.
Yeah.
They're investigating them. They let some people into the locker room that weren't supposed to be there. And now they're talking about the same thing for the Titans, obviously. Both of them are doing a lot of things they shouldn't be doing. So, I mean, there has to be punishments for this stuff. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
These are NFL teams with a bunch of people, with families, with people they interact with the media. They do all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Rivera has cancer. Some of these coaches are old.
Yeah.
You can't just be walking around all willy-nilly. Yeah, who gives a crap? My God, grow up. It's not that hard.
No.
So, yeah, that's the big breaking news that we got. Bill O'Brien was fired, finally. Apparently, he and J.J. Watt got into a heated exchange at one of the recent practices. And according to Diana Rossini, who does a lot of news coverage in the NFL, said that is reportedly when Bill O'Brien lost the team. Whatever that argument was about, it apparently got ugly, and nobody cared for Bill O'Brien as a human being after that. So that probably contributed to the oddly timed firing of Bill O'Brien being only going into Week 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it was only a matter of time. We all knew he was going to be fired. There's no way after this start, the way this team's performing, his moves that he's made, that he was going to keep this job after this season. But that happened in Week 5. It seemed odd, but we're here now, so I guess we kind of understand it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's interesting that it was this early, and really surprised at how J.J. Watt and him got into a heated argument, and then they kind of hours later you hear that Bill O'Brien's getting fired. Like, that's odd. It seems a little bit like J.J. Watt has a little bit of a hand on this team, similar to like when LeBron James was in Cleveland. Like, the Cleveland management didn't pick who their next head coach was. LeBron James picked who the next head coach was. But yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise here with Bill O'Brien being fired. But man, did he leave a dent on that Texans team for next year?
I mean, this was a Texans team that, if you think 2 years ago,
yeah,
everyone said this is with some holes on defense, maybe a little bit of problem at offensive line. Yeah. This is a team with a young quarterback that can win a Super Bowl. Look where they are now. This is a team that might not even have Deshaun Watson. If they don't want to pay him, because when you think about a team having to do a rebuild, it always starts with a rookie quarterback because you have a lot of money in the bank. They're spending $255 million, I believe, just on their offense alone, which is the most in the NFL. They don't have a first-round draft pick for the next 2 years because they gave them to the Dolphins. This team is a disaster right now, both in the front office and on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go from here. This team's in a lot of trouble strictly because of Bill O'Brien.
Definitely.
I don't know what they do. And if I'm a Texans fan, I'm nervous about what my team's about to become.
If I was a Texans fan, I would have been nervous a year and a half ago.
I mean, basically anything Bill O'Brien did was just rubbing salt in the wound, because that team was already kind of a mess. And that, the D-Hop trade was just kind of yep, okay, that makes sense. That Bill O'Brien would do that. And then there was already rumors about, what if they don't pay Deshaun Watson? What if he wants to trade Deshaun Watson? Bill O'Brien might be the reason Deshaun Watson at least is still a Texan in the future. But I don't even know if I don't know what their plan is. They might have to draft a rookie and let Deshaun walk. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do.
Something.
How do Dan Quinn and Adam Gase still have a job? At least they're not fighting with their players.
Yeah, I would think one of them's next. Probably both.
Yeah.
But one of them is, I think Gase is probably on his way out a little faster than Dan Quinn. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
I think we average just under. I think the stat is we average under somewhere between 6 to 7 coaches a season.
Yep.
Get fired. So Dan Quinn and Adam Gase are on the chopping block this season. Just if those stats stay, and then Matt Patricia with the Lions as well, he's going to be gone. They still have a job because most teams don't fire their coach early in a season like this. This is weird, but it's probably because he's fighting with his players. That's probably what did him in. So as long as Quinn and Gase aren't, cussing out their players, I think they'll at least be here till the end of the season. What's going on next?
Oh, I got the Washington football team.
Yeah, the Washington football team is always doing something stupid. Dwayne Haskins has been benched. Not just benched. He has been placed as the QB3 on the roster. Wow. They didn't even just say, hey, Dwayne, take a backseat to Kyle Allen. Just kind of, if you have to go in, you'll be ready to go. Nah, he's done. At first, I was like, all right, he's been benched, but maybe he can work his way back in after a couple good practices. If Kyle Allen's right, QB3. Alex Smith in his 3/4 of a leg is going to be backing up Kyle Allen.
Wow. I didn't know he went to QB3. That's impressive that Ron Rivera's like, yeah, you're garbage. You're going to QB3. That guy's going to be on a clipboard with a earpiece in his ear, listening to plays and just helping the guys stay hydrated.
For most games, he probably won't even be active.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Because you only have 2 active quarterbacks on a roster usually.
Usually, yeah.
So he won't even be dressed. He'll just be he'll be sitting there with the earpiece. Boy, oh boy, did he fall fast. But I want to feel bad for him. I think he had 11 starts over 13 months, I think is the stat here. I just don't think he got a fair shake. Plus, it's the Washington football team. I mean, it's just a terrible offensive unit. Well, he has nothing. They're not giving him anything to work with. He's had 2 head coaches. And obviously, Ron Rivera, the newest one that came in, didn't even believe him. He didn't believe in him from the start. He doesn't want him.
Yeah.
After 3 games, he said, hey, you got to play better. And then in game 4, he doesn't turn the ball over. And he throws for over 300 yards. And it still doesn't save his job. So, and that was against the Ravens. I don't think he got a fair shake. His time with the Washington football team is over. I just kind of hope wherever he goes next, he might get another chance. I want to see him get another chance. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
I still think he's a bust. He didn't get enough time in college. He played in the Big 12. He had first round wide receiver. Oh, Big 10, sorry.
He's a terrible Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, and he had wide receivers that were open by 10 yards. That's why he threw so many touchdowns.
Yep.
I was calling him a bust before he even came out of college. So my prediction is right, kind of. Yeah. But I feel bad for him at the same time, though. That's basically my take.
I think we could end up with another Josh Rosen situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because him and Josh Rosen, when they got drafted, they said everyone in front of me who didn't get, or every team in front of the team I got picked by made a mistake. And he's not proving his value, so all right, sit on the bench, grab a clipboard.
And it's literally the same scenario.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Because people are saying the same thing about Josh Rosen that people are saying about Dwayne Haskins right now. Just put him on a team and give him a chance. Well, it's hard to get a chance in the NFL. It really is.
It really is these days.
So I think both of their times are probably done in the NFL except for riding the pine.
Mm-hmm.
Bill O'Brien sucked when he was coaching at Syracuse. Yes, he did. And then he did it for Buffalo. Then what he did at Buffalo. He did suck at Syracuse, though. Bill O'Brien's just one of those guys. I don't know if he's a head coach. I think he could be a great offensive coordinator, kind of just like Jason Garrett with the Giants is now. Yep. Take the demotion, go be an offensive coordinator, and do your job well. Because once you start wearing too many hats, that's when things started falling apart.
Right. I mean, he was OC for New England for a long time and did pretty well. And then, he went to Penn State as a head coach after the whole situation that was going on right before he joined. I mean, he turned the program around a little bit, but he wasn't great. Then he went to Houston to be back in the NFL, but I think head coach might be just a little too much for him.
And it's hard. You wear a lot of hats. Look what happened with Freddie Kitchens in Cleveland. Dude seemed like a great running back coach. He seemed good at I think he called some plays maybe. He did good in his role. Mm-hmm. Then you made him head coach and everything fell apart. Some people just don't understand all the responsibility that comes with being a head coach. And then he became a head coach and the GM. Way too many hats for that guy to handle.
Oh, definitely.
Josh says people are pulling the race card, but he doesn't think it's about race. It's just the way it goes. People are saying white QBs get longer chances to prove themselves. Look at Josh Rosen. It might be true, but I think Rivera just didn't want him. Yeah, nobody wanted Dwayne Haskins in that organization except the owner. Even Gruden didn't want Haskins. Nobody wanted Haskins. That was not the place for Haskins to get drafted. He just ended up there because ownership wanted him there for some reason.
Right.
So he'll be traded. He'll get it. Hopefully he gets another chance somewhere else, but I highly doubt it. I'm going to skip this one real quick and then go down to that the Chargers named Justin Herbert their official starter, like for the season. No,
very nice.
Yeah. Apparently Tyrod One Lung Taylor is done for the year. So that's his new nickname.
Oh,
God, I still can't believe that happened.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Asinine. Left tackle Tyrone Smith for the Cowboys could be done for the season with a neck injury. He's their Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Cereal Bowl left tackle there for the Cowboys. That's a big hit.
Oh.
Was that funny?
That was a good one.
That's pretty good. Pulled that one out. I always thought that a Pro Bowl, All-Pro, it's always something. There's so many like random accolades.
Oh yeah,
we did that one show. We talked about that, about like all these accolades that these people have in all these different sports: All-Star, All-Pro, Rookie. Like you name off all these awards some people have, and it takes 10 minutes to get through them. It's ridiculous. But Tyrone Smith is one of those guys. But they could lose him for the entire season, potentially with a neck injury. So the offense is already having some early in the game struggles, and now you're going to lose a key part of your offensive line. Whew! I might try and go trade Ezekiel Elliott off my fantasy team. Getting nervous.
Yeah, probably not. It might not be a bad idea.
We'll see if I can get someone else for him. And then here's the good one. Here's the juicy one. Xavier Woods. He's a safety for the Cowboys. Oh, my God. After everything that's happened, after every single thing that has happened with the Cowboys and this defense, everything that's been said, Xavier Woods comes out and says, he said at full speed for 70 plays is impossible in the NFL for a defensive player. Basically coming out and admitting that he doesn't play for 100% of the time that he's on the field. Oh, my God. When I heard this, I almost, like, Brandon's in the house. He says, go Bears. Josh said, go Packers. Then a puke emoji from Brandon. The puke emoji is what I felt when I heard Xavier Woods said this.
Yeah.
You can't go full speed for 70 plays on defense. It's impossible. Then you shouldn't be in the NFL.
Or a starter.
Oh, if you physically, mentally, emotionally can't handle playing at 100% for the entire time you're on the field, then you probably should not be a starter.
Just ask Vontae Davis.
Yeah, just retire at halftime if you can't pull that off. Season 1 throwback.
Oh.
God, that's a good one. Still got that T-shirt somewhere in my dresser. I only made one. It's a limited edition.
Oh, nice.
God, and I just find this seems to be, because the Cowboys did come out and say, this is not what we believe in as a defense. We push our guys to play 100%. This is the mentality of one of their starters. How much is this spread to the rest of the defense? Because this is a veteran. I think Xavier Woods, if I'm not mistaken, is not like a new kid in the league.
No, I think he's been around for a while.
This is a leader in the locker room for this defense.
Mm-hmm.
That is poisonous.
Yeah, it is.
This is probably why they're letting 49 points up in games. Whew. Not playing full speed. I don't even know. It's hard to react to that. I would bench him if I was the defensive coordinator or the head coach of that team.
Definitely.
Imagine being a high school coach. Mm-hmm. One of your players walks up to you and is just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to go like full speed on 70% of the plays. Okay. Just go home. Bye. Have a nice day.
Pretty much.
It's I was just, my mind was blown when I heard that. So before we get to some week 4, week 5 stuff, real quick, the week 3 community MVP off the field hero was Landon Collins. He is continuing his fight against food insecurity by providing 1,500 meals along with gift cards and other resources for single-parent families in need across Virginia and Washington, D.C. And I tried to take it a step further this time, but I had some trouble. He has this thing called Humble Path, but it's not really a foundation. It's kind of just like he banks some of his money, and you can donate to this Humble Path initiative. And he just banks money and gives it for COVID-19 relief and to aid during other disasters that are going on. Yeah, there's not really a website for it, but he calls it Humble Path. It's something that he has. It's something that he leads, but I'm not sure about it. So if you Google Humble Path and Landon Collins, you'll find it. Mm-hmm. You can find some places to donate money through it, but there's no website or anything.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Landon Collins, thank you for everything you do, sir. And make a website for that Humble Path. I'd like to learn more about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Fink in the house, coming in with his usual. He has some matchups for us. So he's got 2. Let's take a look at the first one. Chiefs edge rushers Frank Clark and Alex Okafor versus the Raiders tackles, which they don't have Trent Brown due to injury. Yeah, I would. The Chiefs just they scheme things very well.
Mm-hmm.
Their offensive line is not very good, but with the speed that they have on that offense and the amount of movement they use in the backfield on that offense, it slows down edge rushers. This is why Patrick Mahomes almost never gets sacked. Not almost never. He does get sacked sometimes. He's probably in the middle ground somewhere about how often QBs get sacked. But they just scheme that offense in a way that slows down pass rushers. So I think I'm reading this backwards anyways. But you know what? That's still a point I'm making.
Yeah.
The other way around, since it's the Chiefs defense going against the Raiders offense, the Raiders have had a lot of trouble on that offensive line recently because Josh Jacobs is having a lot of trouble getting going as well.
Yep.
Which I believe is the second thing here. The Chiefs have an underrated defense, so will they set the edge and eliminate Josh Jacobs outside runs and Derek Carr dropping back? I would agree with the first part. They take out Josh Jacobs, but I think Derek Carr will drop back, and I think he'll have a lot of fun with Darren Waller this week, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You have any other takes there? Because I wasted a lot of that time talking about the wrong thing. So,
I mean, this is his first matchup here, so I think that the Raiders struggle against that pass rush because the Chiefs, they can scheme on offense, but they can scheme on defense very well too. So I think it does affect with Josh Jacobs trying to bounce the running game outside. And then I think it's going to be similar to Derek Carr last week against the Bills. He's going to have have to be quicker about getting the ball out. It's really going to be up to John Gruden to really call the right plays.
He'll call the right plays, but without a mask on.
That's true.
And the other matchup is Titans O-line and Derrick Henry versus the Bills front seven. Will the Titans keep Josh Allen off the field and run downhill? The Bills' run defense has gotten better, especially from last season.
Yep.
But I think the Bills' defense in general ranks bottom of the league when it comes to the third quarter.
I won't argue that. I completely agree.
And that's when that's when, the Rams made their comeback.
Yeah.
And that's when they struggle. But man, if the Bills want to play heavy in the box to hold off Derrick Henry, I think that's what they should do, because I know Corey Davis is one of the COVID victims who's on the list, so he will not be playing in this game if it happens on Tuesday.
Yep.
So I think Ryan Tannehill has some limited targets in the passing game. Stack that box, Bills. You said Bills front 7. I say Bills front 8. Stack that box and do not let Derrick Henry get going.
As well.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's yeah. I mean, I don't. If you look back at last year when the Bills played the Titans in Tennessee, like, it was a ground and pound grudge match. This Bills offense is just flying high. It doesn't matter how long you keep Josh Allen on the sideline. He's going to come out there and score on his next drive. Like, I still think the Bills front 7 or even front 8 or 9, depending on what scheme Leslie Frazier comes up with, I still think they shut down the Titans, at least on the ground. And if they're going to make Ryan Tannehill throw the ball a ton, we had the secondary to compensate that.
Yeah, I've just loved what I've been seeing out of the Bills.
Yeah,
I mean, they can, because the Bills' offense is starting, like what you just said. They can go out there and they'll just score, because that's that's people's mentality with the Chiefs. Oh, we'll keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. All right, well, you can go on a 10-minute drive. Well, 10 minutes seems excessive. You can go like on a 7-8 minute drive and get a field goal or a touchdown, and then, Patrick Mahomes is going to come out there and score in 3 minutes, and then you have to go back out there again.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still going to score. He might not be on the field for very long, but he's going to score still. I mean, keeping him off the field doesn't do anything. Like, okay, yeah, it just takes longer for him to score because you're on the field longer on your own offense. It's just bad. Got a lot of comments.
Yeah, we do.
Washington's going to beat the Rams this week. No, they're not. Brandon, because Washington's QB situation is bad. Kyle Allen is going to either light it up in the first half, or Alex Smith is going to. Oh my God, Alex Smith! Please don't
do it, Alex. Don't do it.
Alex Smith against Aaron Donald. Dear God,
ow!
Break his other leg. I won't be mad at Alex Smith being Aaron Donald. There it is. We'll make it easy. Yeah, Washington's not winning that game. Sorry. Bad news bears. So we got the week 4 power recap really quick. How about you? You can take as many as you want, because I got to take a water break.
Very good.
Power recap
real quick. Jets can't even beat a third-string quarterback in his first start ever, and he was on the road playing the Jets in MetLife Stadium, so the Jets are a dumpster fire. And then Russell Wilson has probably reducing his chance of being MVP this year, because he has a whopping 2 interceptions on the season now. Not good, Russell. Not good. Mr. Unlimited. I just love that. It's so cheesy, but I love it. Oh, so the Bills are 4-0. And first time since 2008, which that year they ended up being 7-9.
Ooh.
But they did beat the Raiders at the Raiders for the first time since 1991. So impressive, because they've been matching a lot of stats and records with those early 90s Bills teams. So it just feels, everything feels good right now. So 7-9 would be a huge disappointment for me. Even 8-8 would be a disappointment for this team. So fingers crossed, it's we're just still in a positive direction there. But then the Eagles and the 49ers, a.k.a. the battle of the broken NFL players, Eagles taking the win there, which was a shocker to me, because I really thought the 49ers were just going to walk all over everybody. But Yeah, Eagles somehow miraculously saved Doug Peterson's job and Carson Wentz's starting job as well.
For another week, it's safe.
There's a good one. Yeah. Joe Burrow got his first win as an NFL professional football player. Yeah. And he said winning is fun versus Minshew Mania and the tanking Jags because they are not winning anymore right now.
Yeah. They got that one win. They're like, hey, they're not tanking. Yeah, they're tanking.
Oh, man. The Cowboys gave up 49 points to the Browns, and that game was insane. Like, I remember I watched that before the Bills game. Absolutely insane.
It was pretty crazy.
Now we know why.
It was like a mini comeback, and then Odell took that one ball to the house, and it was over.
Oh, yeah. Running around Aldon Smith down the sideline. That seals the game. And then the botched field goal, 2-point conversion because the Cowboys don't know how to not touch the football. Yeah, that's funny. But we know why they're giving up 49 points because they are only playing 70% speed on the defense.
Yeah, Aldon Smith was only trying to 70% tackle Odell Beckham in the backfield on that touchdown.
And Odell was running the wrong way when he tried tackling him.
Yeah, so he was only going 70% that time.
Lions. They give up another big lead and let the Saints score 35 unanswered points. Man, I saw the score starting out, and I was like, oh, man, I picked the wrong team.
I was like, man, one of those weeks the Lions shows up.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, no, just kidding. Saints took them all over the place.
Lordy.
Oh, man, but this was a good game, too, though, with Tampa Bay and the Chargers. TB12 throwing another pick six, but he saves the day after being down, I think, 24-7 with 5 touchdowns to all of his pass-catching teammates.
It was I think it was every TD pass was to a different person, too, which was kind of fun.
Oh, it is fun, yeah.
Yeah, it was Godwin, Evans, 2 of his running backs, and O.J. Howard, I think.
Yeah.
So, cool stat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the Ravens beat Washington. Okay, moving on. The Cardinals, wow, they shocked me big time. They stalled so hard against the Panthers, and the Panthers got the upset win. But Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty decent. Had a nice little run there. I bet everyone on the sideline was probably holding their breath because it didn't want Bridgewater to blow out his knee and potentially have it same situation from 4 years ago now.
Oh,
I think it's 4. Back when he was at the Vikings. But the Panthers are showing up now, which is kind of nice. And speaking of the Vikings get that first W in the win column after beating a Texans team that was probably already arguing with their coach during the game. So they were already arguing and calling out the owner and say, hey, get this guy out of here. So
yeah, they didn't want to play for him anymore. They probably lost that game on purpose just to give Bill O'Brien another reason to leave.
Probably. Oh, man. Oh, let's see here. So the Rams.
Worst game of the weekend right here. Worst game of the weekend by far right here.
I didn't watch it, and I didn't catch any highlights because I've been a little busy with stuff. But it sounds like it was a pretty bad game there because the Rams win in a dragging mess of a game versus the Giants,
17-9.
That's pretty terrible. Especially the Rams who put up. I mean, Bills took a nap in the third quarter and they put up a bunch of points, but still, like the Rams could only come up with 17 points. That's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, and I put a thing here that said Jalen Ramsey pounded Tate harder than he pounded Tate's sister.
Oh. Oh, man.
Did you see that play, though?
I did not see that play.
Ramsey blew up a blocker because it was like a wide receiver screen. So Ramsey blew up the blocker, and then he blew up Golden Tate. It was an amazing play by Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, was that the one where he like picked him up and threw him on the ground?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one. And then it was like, I guess at the end of the game they were fighting.
Yeah, big
brawl.
Fists. Yeah. Do you know the story with Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate?
I do not know the story between Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate.
Oh, so this isn't even funny to you.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No, this is like a real thing. Jalen Ramsey apparently has a kid with Golden Tate's sister.
Oh.
And then Jalen Ramsey got her pregnant with a second kid, and then he bailed on her to go, like, now he's dating some dancer out in Los Angeles. So Golden Tate obviously took some offense to that.
Well, no wonder there was a brawl at the end between those two.
Yeah, they don't like each other. Or at least Golden Tate doesn't like Jalen Ramsey.
Good thing they're not in the same division.
Yeah. Bad blood there.
That's real bad.
Bad blood.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, we got some beady Nick Foles here. Can't get it done 2 weeks in a row. Maybe Mitchell Trubisky will be coming back to the starting lineup there because they fall short to the Colts and Phillip Rivers. Shocker.
Yeah, that was bad game 2.0 right there. That was another bad one.
Yep. And then, let's see, moving to Monday's night's games. Man, I was nervous a little bit there in that first game between the Chiefs and the Patriots.
But the Chiefs 6-3 forever.
Right? But the Chiefs figured out how to play football again. And in the second half, they decided to just crush the Patriots. Brian Hoyer gets benched early in the third quarter. Jared Stidham comes in, tries to get a comeback going, but they still lose, I think, by 16. I think it was 26 to 10. Yeah. So Chiefs are still rolling. They're the team to beat in the NFL. And, excuse me, beer burp. Oh, last but not least, Falcons have absolutely zero momentum, zero players in defense, and giving their fans zero reasons to live because they got demolished by the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers had himself a day, and he had himself such a day that he went down to the camera in the stadium after scoring a touchdown and flexed those muscles because letting those fans, he's there for them.
No, those cameras are the coolest. They got those end zone cameras.
Yeah.
They can see yourself celebrating in. One of the memes I saw was the picture of him doing that.
Yeah.
And it says the meme was like me flexing in front of the security cameras at Walmart that they have. Like,
oh, that's good. That's real good.
Yeah, there's your power recap for week 4, y'all.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do our power picks for week 5.
Because we got football to watch, folks, just like you do.
It's a good one tonight. It's the Super Bowl rematch, but with different teams.
Yeah, pretty much.
TB12 versus BDN.
Yeah, Super Bowl 52 rematch for the quarterbacks.
Nick Foles has to catch a touchdown pass in this game. I'm sorry.
I hope Matt Nagy plans that.
You have to. If you don't do that, this is all for nothing. Just to shove it in Tom Brady's face, you have to.
Yeah, but what are you going to call it though? It can't be a Philly
special.
They
even have Trey. The Bears even have Trey Burton. He's the one who threw the touchdown pass in the Super Bowl.
It has to happen. They
have to do this.
It's got to happen tonight.
You don't have another option. If that doesn't happen, I give up on football forever. What would you call it? Because it was called Philly /Philly Special.
Yep.
Oh boy,
I don't know.
Have to work on that. Is there a famous food that's Chicago deep dish pizza?
That's the one that comes to me that I can first think of.
Oh man,
I mean it's the Windy City.
Windy City. Oh boy, man, I got to work on that.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get some advice
maybe they'll
from
play
Joe
it tonight
Buck
and
Troy
we'll have
Aikman.
some audio.
There you go.
Maybe they'll actually play it tonight and they'll let us know what it is.
Yeah.
Bear down. What about the bear down play?
All right.
I don't know. That's all I got. That's the best one I got off the top of my head. So who do you got tonight? Bucks and Bears.
Well, I got the Buccaneers all day.
Yeah.
All night.
If the Bears would have won against the Colts, whether it was ugly or not, if they at least would have beat the Colts, I would have been like, okay, I would have had to at least give this some more thought. But no, Tariq Cohen's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Bucks here. The Bills and Titans officially going to play on Tuesday, so we can actually pick the game.
We can pick the game now.
Who do you got?
Well, I got the Bills /COVID.
No.
Because if the Titans get one more positive test, then we can call COVID the winner / the Bills, because they should make the Tennessee Titans forfeit, because I don't want them to reschedule it, because that's a giant disaster now that we're into week 5. Like, they made it work for the Steelers and the Titans game. You can't give the Titans another bye week because they can't get their shit together.
Right.
So,
like, and that was, people are saying, well, they should forfeit. If they're going to forfeit the Bills game, they should forfeit the Steelers game as well. Well, you can't do that because the Steelers already took their bye week and now they're going to have another bye week. Like, they're going to play that game no matter what.
Right.
Well, it's just a matter of the Titans now having to postpone 2 games. What do you do with them?
How many games can the Titans not play this year?
Are we going to set like a Vegas over-under?
I'm going to say they only play 8 games this year.
Oh, God. They just forfeit the rest of their season. Eagles at the Steelers. Who do you got?
I got the Steelers in the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. One team is going up and the other team is going down.
Very quickly.
Like this, can you imagine Carson Wentz against that Steelers defense?
Oh, he's going to throw interception after interception after interception on Sunday.
If you want your week 5 hot take, this is the game that Carson Wentz gets benched.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Jalen Hurts this week.
Right.
Panthers at the Falcons. Who do you got?
Oh, I'm going with a little bit of, you could say upset, but not really, I don't think. I'm going with the Panthers here.
Yeah, I'm going to look up who is the favorite right now.
Because I think the Panthers got something going right now, and the Falcons just are absolutely struggling. Julio Jones is still having the hamstring issue. He re-injured during the Monday night game. Calvin Ridley's dealing with a hamstring issue. Couldn't get past Jair Alexander on the Green Bay's defense for any catches. So he's potentially going to get benched on my fantasy football team this week, potentially. But yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is rolling with this Matt Rule Panthers here, so I like it.
Yeah, the CMC-less Panthers are doing pretty good under this Matt Rule offense so far. 7 years of Rule, the 7-year rule. And the Falcons are actually 2-point favorites right now. So head down to Turning Stone and put your money in.
So I'm pretty sure I've heard this correctly, that the home team gets a +3. So technically, if the Falcons are 2-point favorites, because they get +3 because of home field advantage. So
who did you hear that from? Is that just like Vegas in general?
I think so, yeah. So technically, it's 1 point to the Panthers if you take the home field advantage away.
And I'm smashing the under on this one. The over-under is 53.5.
Oh, under all day.
Yeah, I don't see these guys scoring at all. I would be, man, I'm so glad we don't have online. We should, I could easily start like a gambling part of this podcast because I love talking over-unders and money line and stuff like that. I could do that all day. Let's see. I'm taking the Falcons. I don't know why. Like, this is going to be a close game, I think, in my opinion. But, yeah, I'm going to give you solo screen. Do a couple more games.
All right. So next we have Raiders and the Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs here because the Bills had a pretty good day against the Raiders. I don't think the Chiefs are not going to have a pretty good day against the Raiders. The Raiders historically struggle against the Chiefs in the AFC West. So the Chiefs probably found a couple things they needed to work on against the Patriots, so they're probably going to fix them and be 110% better. Let's see. Who does Dylan have here? Dylan also has the Chiefs with me. So we're both agreeing on the Chiefs there against the Raiders. Let's see. Cardinals at the Jets. Well, that's pretty easy because the Jets are a dumpster fire. So we are both taking the Cardinals here. Kyler Murray gets it turned around here, and we get that Cardinals offense that we all hoped for during the offseason.
You know, people made fun of me when the Browns beat the Bengals and they got their run game going.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what you need as a team to just get your offense figured out. You need a reset week.
Yeah.
You play a bad team and you kind of just get on a roll.
Yep.
That's what you need. And people made fun of me, but look at the Browns. They're rolling right now.
Yeah.
That's all they needed. this is the Cardinals reset week. You play the Jets, you get your offense back on track. Kyler Murray gets some confidence going. This is the Cardinals reset week. So, yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals as well. Whew. Feel better now. You could probably hear my voice kind of getting a little like, oh.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Rams at Washington. We know who Brandon's taken from Triple Shot Sports. He's a maniac.
Yeah, because I'm not following that suit. I'm taking the Rams.
Quarterback change? No way. Not in 1 week. Against the Rams? Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald will tear them apart. Bengals at the Ravens.
This could be a close matchup, but
how?
Hey, the Ravens didn't play the Washington football over the top. I mean, unless I'm remembering the score wrong, it wasn't like an entire blowout. The Bengals just got their first win. They're riding on a high right here. Like, they got momentum right now. Like, Joe Burrow's figuring stuff out. They're finally getting this stuff together. Granted, they've won against the Jags, but I'm still taking the Ravens, even though I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, and the Joe Burrow T. Higgins connection is starting to work out. And that's why I drafted T. Higgins in one of my leagues.
Oh, nice.
I'm not putting him in my lineup yet.
Yeah.
I need to see it kind of become a consistent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had 2 good weeks. But yeah, I'm taking the Ravens though. I had to think about this one for a second, but Jags at Texans. Now that Bill O'Brien is gone,
right?
I'll take the Texans because now they're motivated again. They're ready to start anew. I'll take the Texans over the tanking Jags.
Well, you know who the interim head coach is of the Texans, right?
I did know it, but I just forgot.
So there's a reason I'm taking the Texans because of that situation. Romeo Crennel is the interim head coach.
I want to say Greg Roman for some reason. I knew that wasn't right.
No, he's the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. But
I don't know why you wanted to say that.
The last time Romeo Crennel took over a team, they playing against the Chiefs, and they broke their undefeated streak.
Hey,
so Romeo Crennel can turn a team around with that spirit. After that first game, he becomes the head coach. So that's what I'm kind of looking at here. I still think the Texans have more talent than the Jags. Minshew might give them a challenge, but I think the Texans are going to get their win.
Yeah, the spirited Jags team is still a Jags team.
Yeah.
Dolphins at the Niners. Yeah, you know how every week, you know, when you're picking games, you kind of have to take a step back and you have to look at all the games because there's always that one game where you go, wow, how did that happen? And last week that was the Eagles against the Niners. And I'm taking a step back this week.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these games and I'm going, which one is going to be that game where once we get to Tuesday, we go, wow, how did that happen? And the one I'm looking at I'm between 2 of them right now, but the one I'm really considering is Dolphins at the Niners. Right now I'm picking the Niners, but that might change come Sunday. I might change it at the last minute. I'm not sure, but right now I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, the 49ers seem like the right choice to take here, but I do see your point where it could be, you know, the Dolphins could get their act together a little bit here. Like they're a team that surprises a lot of people usually during the year. Fitzpatrick could have a game. I mean, the half-broken Philadelphia Eagles beat the 49ers. So, you know, there could be a chance. You know, I don't know. I felt good with the 49ers pick initially, but we'll see. We'll see what Sunday brings.
Yeah, once we post our official picks come Sunday on social media, keep an eye out for that. Maybe we've changed our picks by then. The Colts at the Browns. I'm taking the Browns all day. I hate the Colts. Browns are playing well.
I don't hate the Colts, but I think the Browns are playing a lot better than the Colts are right now, especially with the amount of points that the Browns put up against Dallas. The Browns are rolling. I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, the one concern is Nick Chubb is now out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But even after he went out, that offense was still going.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one that I'm looking at, it's like, wow, how that happened. It's a little less likely, but you still have to maybe consider it. The Giants at the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys because you just can't trust the Giants. But just imagine, put yourself in the driver's seat on like Monday morning, and we're talking about how the Giants beat the Cowboys. Imagine the questions that will arise in Dallas if that happens.
Yeah.
Is Mike McCarthy really the right person for this job? Is Dak Prescott really the quarterback of the future? Is Ezekiel Elliott really going to be worth his contract?
I can answer your second question with a no.
Yeah.
But
maybe Andy Dalton will start. What week were you saying he was going to be in there?
I think I said week 3. So
we're way past that.
We're way past it. I said, I can't remember what week it was now. I think it was week 3, but I'm taking the Cowboys here.
Yeah. But that'd be a weird concept. Keep an eye on it. Broncos at the Patriots. Taking the Patriots all day.
Yep. I think Patriots, I haven't heard who's starting for the Patriots. I'm assuming Stidham. But I would take Stidham over Brett Rypien.
I think it's Rypien.
Rypien.
Because he's ripping and tearing those defenses apart. Except he's not.
But
God, he played so bad. Did you watch that game? Broncos
off and on a little bit. Yeah, it was.
God, he played
terrible.
So bad. He
but
was
I
so
did
bad.
like the Jerry Jeudy catch though.
Yeah, that was an underthrown ball that Jeudy made a great play on.
Yeah,
like he played so bad, and the announcers were trying to defend. Like the announcers made him sound like he's having a great first start. Not really.
No,
not really. Vikings at the Seahawks for Sunday Night Football. Taking them Hawks, boy. You know it. You know it.
I didn't watch the highlights from last week for the Vikings much against the Texans, but they were playing the Texans, and it wasn't a blowout. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook had a nice day, but outside of that, I'm just kind of like, They're still that defense is still struggling. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a field day in that secondary.
Well, hopefully his headset works this time.
No, I hope not. Every time you hear that story that Russell Wilson's headset goes out, he just runs his own drives. Russell Wilson will be the next head coach of the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. All right.
And then they'll win 6 Super Bowls because he's the best player caller on the planet.
Yeah, he's got something there.
Last but not least, the Chargers at the Saints. And I had to think about this one.
Yeah.
I really did. This is a tough call. Is Michael Thomas playing? We're probably not sure.
I haven't heard. We're
still a couple days out.
We are still a couple days out. I haven't heard yay or nay. I haven't even heard of anything about practice for him. I know, I want to say at the beginning of the week, he was still looking a little bit looking out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be a close one, I think.
I think it'll be close for sure. And just the fact that I think it'll be close, the only reason I'm taking the Saints is because it's in New Orleans. That's really all I got. This is another one that could change by Sunday or Monday. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm gonna sit here and tell you the Saints are gonna win this game right now.
All right. I mean, I'm taking Justin Herbert and those Chargers because they clearly have something rolling with Justin Herbert. Josh Kelly is going to have a better game, I think, with Austin Eckler out now. He's been getting the carries. I know a lot of fantasy analysts are saying don't start Josh Kelly if you don't have to. It gives a little bit of worry there.
Why? I love him. He's
right?
Great.
I
don't have him on my team, but he's a great player.
If I could have picked him up, I would have started him.
Yeah.
But Justin Herbert just knows how to get it to all his players. He's not a one receiver guy. Like he's throwing it to all these no-name receivers half the time. Like Donald Parham caught a touchdown from him.
Parham, our boy.
Parham, yeah.
I messaged him on Instagram, but he didn't reply.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to get him for an interview. Didn't work yet.
Oh, that'd be so cool. But last name's Guyton. He's like kind of a no-name receiver. He was down the seam and Justin Herbert launches the ball in front of him, and he just goes for the touchdown. Like, Justin Herbert's about to get drilled by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he just launches the ball down the field. Like, there's something brewing here out at the Chargers, and it's exciting.
Now that they have a real quarterback back there.
Right.
I still hate Phillip Rivers. It's got to be one of the most like coldest takes on the planet. Like, he'll be in the Hall of Fame one day, and I'll look like the idiot. But how many Super Bowls? How many playoff wins? You can have all the stats you want, but
I think he's got at least one playoff win. He has a couple, I think.
He has a couple because he's played for 20 years, but...
Well, yeah, and he had LaDainian Tomlinson, too.
Right. And he's always had a decent defense.
Yep.
For the most part. I'm not going to say their defenses with the San Diego have been elite.
Right.
He's definitely not been in the bottom of the league. So, that's our show, actually. That wraps it up.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun. I had to cough a few times, blew my nose a few times. We had fun here tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, we missed Tuesday. It felt weird waiting like a full week to get back into the groove of it.
Yeah, but we crushed a lot of stuff tonight too, so that was good.
Yeah. In an hour 17, not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
And now we get to go watch football. So,
yeah,
this is my suggestion right now to Durf as our season 3 NFL headline kind of a tagline here.
Okay.
Because it's kind of motivational to our listeners, but it's also still funny. Don't be Xavier Woods. Always give 100%.
Ooh, I like that.
We can work on it. We can work on the delivery a little bit.
All right.
Don't be an Xavier Woods.
Yeah, there you go.
Always give 100%. Have a good night, folks.